Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back once again. And in today's video, we are going to talk about more questions and answers from you people. So this is going to be the part 4 of Q&A with Qatar Airways, ground staff, customer service, all of it. So today I have divided all the questions in a couple of parts. So the first part is about the accommodation. You people have a lot of questions related to the accommodation which Qatar Airways gives. The second is about the requirements and education of QR. Then there is grooming and physical restrictions like height, weight, tattoos, crooked teeth, these kind of things. And then also there are some questions from my Indian viewers because I am Indian, so I do get a lot of views from India and a lot of Indian nationals who watch my videos. So some of the questions are related to that. And then last one is related to ground staff because there are questions from ground staff. And then I do have a couple of requests from you people, so I will also talk about those. So let's start with all the questions. I'm excited, and it's been a while that I did not upload anything. I was on vacation. I went to India to my family for about 40 days. I was really busy there, and I also have another channel and the students had exams, so I was occupied with those things. But now I'm back. Let's watch some more videos. Let's talk about some more of ground services jobs. So the first one is, does ground staff get accommodation? Yes, they do. If you have watched my other videos, you know that they do get accommodation. The other question is that do male staff also get accommodation? So yes, male also get accommodation, but males do have the option to opt out of the accommodation and save some money because then you can rent a room which is cheaper than QR is providing because they deduct a lot of amount. For example, when I was working there as a grade 3, 1,500 was what I was getting deducted from my salary, and I had to live in a shared room. So my room was shared already with another lady. So I was literally paying for one bed, which was 1,500, while my friends on the same position, working the same job, they actually got rooms outside. So for 1,500, they got personal rooms. So yes, you can of course either save some money or have some more privacy, whatever you prefer. And then the question is grade 4 still sharing a room? So can they opt for a solo occupant? Unfortunately, no. Even grade 4 still has to share the room. So when I was a ground service agent, I was promoted to senior customer service agent, but I still had to share the room, even though my housing allowance was 2,000 Qatari riyals, for which I could have easily gotten a studio apartment or something, but I was not allowed to move out of the accommodation. So I was kind of frustrated about this, but that's fine. Now I'm not there anymore. So there are two more questions about the accommodation. The first one is, are males allowed to visit females in their accommodation? So the answer is no. Even if you're working for Qatar Airways, you cannot visit the female accommodation, but the vice versa is fine. If you're a female and you want to visit one of your male friends' accommodation, that is okay. I think it's with before 10 o'clock you have to leave in the night, but you can visit them. But even my family, when my father came, my brother came, they were not allowed to even sit in the lobby of the building, so they had to stand. They had to stand outside, and I really felt bad about it. But yeah, they cannot enter. Only the authorized people, let's say the maintenance, the cleaning crew, only these kind of men are allowed in the accommodation. And the last question is for someone who is living in Doha already. So this lady, she's asking because it is mandatory for women to take company accommodation. So if she has a family in Doha, can she move out of the accommodation? So the answer is yes. If your husband, your father, your mother, if any one of your family members is living in Doha, then you can stay with them and you can get the allowance, the housing allowance. And that is good. That is better. Okay. So this was about the accommodation. Let's start with the grooming and the restrictions. But before that, I have this question, which is about, do you have to take any special course for Qatar Airways? So my answer is a big fat no. Okay, no, no, no. There's no course that you need to do. In fact, I do have people who come and ask, I have a diploma from Frankfurt or I have a diploma from this XYZ institute, and now what should I do? So no, you don't need to have any diploma from any institute. If you want to go for an institute, that's fine, but just because you went to that institute doesn't mean that you have a job. There's no job guarantee. So the basic things which they're asking for is you should have a pleasing personality, that your face shouldn't be like grumpy, right? You should look like someone who's approachable. You should be able to speak good English, right? You have to speak very well, and these are the basic things like communication skills, English skills, and you should have a pleasing personality. This is all what you need. So if you feel to build up that confidence or those kind of things for guidance, you want to join an institute, that is fine, but that's not mandatory at all. Like, no, no, no. Okay. So can I apply if I'm going to graduate in 6 months? This is very well fine. Even if you're in your third year, like third year just started, even if you think that it might be a year that you complete your graduation, that is still okay. You can apply for the job, because even the process is very slow. You will apply online, then online interview, and it's very slow. Then you go for a face-to-face interview, and then you get your dates. So it is fine. Even if you're in your last year, you can apply for the job. In fact, recently I saw customer service vacancy where they're not even asking for a graduation, which I was really surprised with. This is an update, really. So they are not asking for graduation. Even if you're 12th pass, you can apply for it, but you should have like experience of 1 or 2 years. So either have a graduation or have experience, that is up to you. But that is also fine. You should keep checking the vacancy. The next question is, do you need to have any IT knowledge if you're applying for ground staff? No, not really, because we were just using Altia, which was a software for doing check-in boarding, these kind of things. And that doesn't really require any IT expertise. We did have people from IT. So if, let's say, the system's not working, something happened, we would just give them a call and they would come and fix it. So for me personally, no, if you have, well and good, but it's not necessary. And one more question, which is, let me read the question. I am 12th pass, age 19 with no experience. Can I get a job in Qatar Airways if I am a fresher? And yes, I had completed a certification course from Aviation Academy, Frankfurt. As I mentioned, Frankfurt is not going to give you any guarantee that they're going to give you a job, even if you talk to their marketing people, their manager, whoever it is. So even they say that we don't guarantee anything, and which is kind of true, I understand, because let's say your English is not so good, or maybe the basic things, maybe you need to build a little more confidence, or maybe you need to change your personality. But if you are not doing anything, the teachers or the management or the institute cannot do anything, because you have to bring those changes in yourself, right? So no one can guarantee. Even if I say that in my, I don't have a class, I don't have classes anyway, but if I say, okay, join my classes, and I guarantee you that you'll get a job, that's fake. Because unless I have tie-ups with some companies, I don't know how can I get you jobs if you are not fit for it. So you have to change yourself, your ways, to be able to have that job. But even if you don't have graduation, you can still apply for those vacancies. You can do that. But in the meanwhile, I would suggest that you keep working in some other restaurants or hotels or something where you can gather more experience, so that when you apply for the job, you already have some experience. Because if you just did 12th, then you should have at least 1 to 2 years of experience. Is transportation added to your salary at the end of the month? Yes, it is added on top of the basic salary, which is I think 4,000 riyals now for grade 3. So even for like the beginning salary is 4,000 Qatari riyals, plus about 400 to 500 riyals for the transportation allowance. If you're a female and you're living in the company accommodation, then you have the company bus. And because you have the company bus, you don't get any transportation allowance, because you are taking the transportation from the company. What is food provided in Qatar Airways? So when you are working, when you're at the airport, yes, the food is provided. You're eligible to get a coupon for every day, like once a day, and you can eat food there. But if you're not working, I don't think you will really take a bus and go to the airport and eat and come back, because I don't think that's very feasible. But you do have kitchens in your accommodation, you can cook for yourself, and that should be enough. Let's now talk about the physical requirements, about the crooked teeth, about the height, the weight, these kind of things. Is Qatar very strict about teeth? I have crooked teeth. So for ground services, no, they're not so strict. I have had friends who have crooked teeth, broken teeth. One of my friends, she usually, your this lower jaw is behind the upper jaw, like, but for her it was ahead, like this. But that was fine. She looked pretty. She was confident with how. I mean, I didn't even notice. I didn't even know that there was something wrong. But then she told me that she went for the cabin crew interview, and during that interview, they told her that because your jaw is the lower jaw is supposed to be inside, but it's outside, we cannot hire you. So for crew, it is a problem because they do focus more on how you look. But in ground staff, not so much. Next question is about a lady who has a fish tattoo on her arm. It is pretty huge. But for ground staff, it's not an issue as long as you can cover it within the uniform. I have talked about it before. So this is your jacket comes till here, right? And even your pants, they cover all the way down. So if there are tattoos inside this area, it's fine. Unless you have a tattoo on your face, on your neck, or this area, you're good to go for ground staff. But if you're applying for cabin crew, you are not allowed to have tattoos at all. Next question is, my height is a little below 212 centimeters. Is that going to be an issue? The good news is for ground staff, it's not going to be any issue. They don't check the height. It's not really a requirement. But if you're applying for cabin crew, yes, it is. You're supposed to touch 212, and if you cannot do that, then no, they won't take you. Next question is there any age restriction? So you have to be minimum 21. That's the age restriction. There's no higher age limit. You can apply even if you're 30, 35, 40. I don't think a lot of 50 years old would be applying for a customer service agent position. Maybe if they have enough experience, they might apply for management position. But I personally don't think that if I would be 50, I would want to be a customer service agent in QR. That's my personal opinion. The rest is up to you. The next question is from Africa. Hello, my African ladies. So, are Africans allowed to have dreadlocks? So dreadlocks, no. Okay, I'm so sorry. Dreadlocks, no. But you can always have the cornrows and the twist rolls and all the braids. You are allowed to have braids, but not dreadlocks, because dreadlocks don't look, as per Qatar Airways, not as per me, but as per Qatar Airways, dreadlocks don't look that professional. But you can always have the cornrows and twist rolls and the other rolls. Those are fine. Let's take some questions from India. So this lady or this person, whoever he or she is applying for jobs in India, but they are from Qatar Airways. So the thing is, you won't be getting 4,000 riyals a month if you're living in India and working in India. So of course you will get paid well, but by Indian standards, somewhere 20 to 40 in between that for the beginners, like new freshers job or beginners jobs. And you don't expect them to be 1 lakh, 2 lakhs because you are not living in Doha. So this is it. But yes, there are a couple of vacancies which are in India. Not a lot, but there are a few vacancies which are in India and you can apply for those. Next question is, can I apply from India? Yes, you can apply from India. There's no problem. The interview will be held in India and to the city which is nearest to you or which is convenient for you. Usually they take Mumbai, Delhi, Goa, Bangalore, Chennai, these kind of cities, and whatever is near to you, you can choose that. And then once you're selected, you can move to Doha. You have to move to Doha. For waiter in Qatar Airways, do you need to be 12th pass? I have seen vacancies here which are okay with if you're just 12th pass, that is fine, but you should have experience for about 1 to 2 years in something like in waitressing, right? But you can apply after 12, that is fine. I have two questions and I was a little bit confused over how to answer these questions because the first one was, is Qatar Airways interview tough or not? So this is still okay. I think I can answer. So if you are well prepared, there's not a lot of preparation. You just have to be properly groomed. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to speak English well. You have to speak, read, and write English well, and you have to be confident when you're going for the interview. So if these three things are done, I don't think it is tough. And they're not even asking for a lot, that you should know physics, chemistry, maths, or not. They're not asking for a lot of things. So for me, I would say if you're prepared with these things, this interview is not so tough. But if you struggle with English language, then maybe it is tough for you. So it is really person to person. And the second question is something similar, which is front desk agent role good or not? In fact, I had one of the comments on my channel where this person said that, oh, all the benefits which QR has are trash. So I feel it is up to you what is your personality and where you come from. Because for me, getting 2 lakhs a month or getting 1.5 lakh a month or even 1 lakh a month was something which I had never imagined. So for me, it was enough. It was good what I was doing. I don't mind doing shifts. I don't mind working with people. In fact, I love dealing with people and I don't mind moving a lot because the whole day you would be moving and talking to people. So this is something which I enjoy doing. And this is why I like this job. But maybe for someone who doesn't like doing these things, they wouldn't enjoy it. So I cannot say that is this job good or not good, because it is really up to you if you like it or you don't like it. That is all that I can say about it. We are almost to the end of this video. So the second last question is, I want to connect with you for more information. So I have left my email ID. It is in the contact information of my channel. You can contact me there, or you can contact me on Instagram, my personal email, my personal Instagram ID, or my Life in with Prerna email Instagram ID. You could contact me on any of those. But I'm really most active on the comment section of my YouTube channel because I usually don't dwell much into social media, and even the emails I don't check that often. So you have to, if you have sent me an email, you must remind me on the comment section that Prerna, you have to check your mail because I've sent you one. Okay, so I will open and I will respond to you. And the last request is that I should make a video on a resume. So I have already made it and I will edit it and I'll have to upload it. So hopefully next week I will be able to do that. There's a lot of editing, so maybe that's why it's taking a while, but that is it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I was able to answer some of your questions, and if you did so, please like, share and subscribe. And I would like to gain more subscribers. It's only 300. I want to get to at least 1000 because it really takes a lot of time and efforts to make these videos and edit those, and I would like to earn money from this channel. So please subscribe, and yes, I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Those crooked teeth, these crooked teeth, those crooked teeth, these crooked teeth.